we're gonna start in child's pose, which is big toes together, knees apart wide. You're towards the back of your mat. So you're trying to sit your butt on your heels and then reach your arms forward. So at the same time that you're pressing your hips back towards your heels, you're reaching and extending your arms away from you. And child's pose is going to be important throughout the semester, throughout all the classes, because child's pose is your resting pose. So at any point in the yoga practice and any of our classes in the future, if you need to take a break, right, you can always come back to this pose. This is your pose where you can take a break, you can reset, you can kind of catch your breath. Now in yoga, we try to breathe in and out through our nose. We call that Ujjayi breath. When you're breathing in and out through your nose here, you're slightly constricting the back of your throat, so you should be able to hear the sound of your breath. And then you're working on making each of your inhales and exhales a little bit longer. The longer that your breath is, the better. You're going to use your breath as you move throughout the poses. Keep your legs in child's pose. Just walk your hands to the right edge of your mat and place your left hand on top of your right. So you should feel a little stretch here through the left side of your body. And take it the other way. Walk your hands to the left side and place your right hand on top of the left, forehead down. Bring it to center. We're going to come up to a tabletop position to your hands and knees. So your hands should be directly under your shoulders, knees directly underneath your hips. Now inhale, arch your back and gaze up, cow pose. And then as you exhale, you tuck your chin in and round your back for cat pose. So we're just trying to create a little movement in our spine. Inhale as you arch, warming up your back. Exhale as you round. One more time. Inhale as you arch. Exhale as you round. And then after that last one, you're going to just find a nice neutral spine, a flat back right here in the middle. Now, take your left foot, you're going to step it straight out to the side and come up. So you should be on your right knee and your left foot. Your left hand goes on the left leg. Your right arm reaches over your ear so that you feel this side body stretch through the right side of your body. It's called gate pose. Now, as you lift up, switch your legs. Put your left knee down. Step your right foot straight out to the side. Right hand on the right leg, and then reach your left arm over your ear, creating that side body stretch on the left side. Good, back to our tabletop position. So back to our hands and knees. Now take your right arm, just the arm, and lift it up to the ceiling. Open up your chest. Take your right arm, thread it all the way through the left. Thread the needle. You put your head on the ground, then walk your left hand straight forward towards the front of your mat. If that feels good and you want to go a little deeper, you can crawl your left hand a little bit more towards the right side of your mat. Come back to tabletop position, reset, and we'll switch sides. Take your left arm, lift it up first, thread it through, and then walk your right hand forward and maybe crawl it a little bit to the left side for that thread the needle stretch. Now come back to tabletop. So from your tabletop position, opposite arm and leg. Your right arm reaches straight forward. Your left leg goes straight back. So you have to use your core to balance a little bit. As you exhale, bring your knee to elbow. Round your spine like that cat stretch. And it's okay if your knee and elbow don't touch, but just get them as close together as you can. And then as you inhale, extend it out and reach. Good. Exhale, knee to elbow, moving with your breath. Inhale to extend. One more time. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Just hold it here. Reach it long, and then place it down. Switch sides. Left arm forward, right leg back. Exhale, knee to elbow. Crunch it in, round your back. Inhale, lengthen the spine and reach it away. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. One more time. Knee to elbow. Then you extend it out and hold it here, reach it long, and then place it down. Now, plant your hands about shoulders width distance apart. Tuck your toes under. We're coming into our first down dog. So you lift your hips up and you're trying to push your chest back towards your thighs. Your feet are hips width, your hands are shoulder width. Now we're just going to walk our dog out to stretch our calves and our hamstrings. So bend your right leg a lot and try to push your left heel towards the floor. So as you're bending that right knee, you're getting a deeper stretch on the other side, on the left calf and left hamstring. And then you switch, bend your left leg a lot and push your right heel towards the floor. Now do that a couple more times on your own. Walk out the legs, bend the right leg, bend the left leg, just pedal it out a little bit. And then when you're ready, try to straighten your legs. Try to push your heels towards the mat. They're probably not going to reach yet. That's okay. Shoulders away from the ears and push your chest back towards your thighs. Look towards your hands. Walk your feet to the front. Keep your feet about hips width distance apart. Put a little bend in your knees and grab opposite elbows for ragdoll position. Shake your head yes, shake your head no, relaxing your head and neck. And then you can sway a little bit side to side, shifting the body weight from the right foot to the left foot. You can also sway forward and back, shifting from the balls of the feet to the heels. Really just hanging heavy here. You should feel a nice stretch in the lower back. Keeping your knees bent, roll yourself all the way up to stand. I know the camera gets cut off when I stand up, so I'm just going to back up a little bit for you guys. We're going to keep our feet about hips width. Lift your arms up. Take your right hand and grab your left wrist and just pull it over to the right. So you're just creating a little side body stretch from standing. And then switch. Left hand grabs your right wrist, pull it to the left side. Good. Back to center. Now, interlace the fingers behind your lower back. So you might have to bend the arms, or if you have a towel or strap at home, you can hold on to your towel or strap if the hands don't reach here. Keep your knees bent a little bit and your feet hips width. Start to fold forward with your hands interlaced or holding on to that yoga strap or towel. So you should feel more of a stretch now in the chest and shoulders, as well as still the backs of the legs. Release your fingers now to the floor. And anytime the hands don't touch the floor, if you have yoga blocks at home, that's another good time where you can put your hands on the blocks. Take your right foot, cross it behind the left. So my legs are crossed, the left leg is in front, and then we're folding forward over the length. And you might still need to bend the knees a lot. We're still kind of warming up, loosening up the backs of the legs. If your legs are straight and it feels good, you could try walking your hands to the left edge of your mat, just to the side of the mat. Then walk it to center, switch your feet, cross the right leg in front. Again, maybe folding straight forward. Again, it's okay if the knees are bent. If you walked it to the side on the other side, walk it to the right side this time. Good, bring it to center. Uncross your feet. Inhale, lengthen your spine to a flat back, like a table. So fingertips can be on the shins or on the floor or blocks. Then plant your hands, step to a high plank position. So you're in a plank position on your hands. Slowly lower all the way to the ground, all the way down. Good. Take your left arm out to the side like a T, straight out to the side. Put your left ear down. You're going to push into the right hand so that you roll over to the side of your body, stacking your feet, or take your right foot and put it on the floor behind you like a little kickstand. So we're stretching the chest and shoulder on the left side. Try to relax your neck and keep your head on the ground. Bring it to center. We'll switch sides. So your right arm goes straight out to the side like a T, right ear on the floor. Pushing into your left hand, roll to the right side of the body, stacking the feet, or take that left foot on the floor behind you like that little kickstand here. And you might notice a difference between the sides, right? That's okay. Just breathe into it. Noticing today too in this first yoga practice of the semester, how your body feels, right? What areas feel tighter than others? Come back to center. And we're going to push all the way back to child's pose. Big toes together, knees wide. Stretch those arms out. Make your way into a downward facing dog. Plant your hands shoulder width. Tuck your toes and lift your hips up. Lift your right leg in the air and try to step it between your hands. And then you're going to drop your back knee down for a low lunge. Now, it might not make it between your hands, so you might need to use your hand to help scoot it up there. We want to get our right knee directly over the ankle, and then we can bring our hands up to the right thigh. Your left knee's on the ground. If you're on hardwood floor at home, you can always put a towel or roll up your mat a little bit if you need a little cushion under the knee. Try to really exaggerate that lunge, sinking into this left hip flexor stretch. You can keep the hands on the thigh or lift your arms up to the ceiling and gaze up towards the ceiling, adding a little bit of a back bend. If your arms are up, bring them back to center, and everybody bring your hands to prayer position, right at the center of your chest. Take your left elbow, twist it to the outside of the right leg, as close as you can get it to the outside of the thigh, and then you're actively pressing into the palms to help you twist a little bit deeper. Lower your hands to the floor, one on each side of the foot. Again, this could be a point where if you have the two blocks, you can put your blocks under your hands if you need to. Half splits, you're going to straighten your right leg, flex the foot. Now, we're not sitting back on this back foot. Your hip is going to stay over your knee. If this leg is not straight yet, that's okay, right? You just go as straight as you can. You might try wiggling it a little forward. You might be up on your blocks, right? You kind of have to see how it feels. But keep flexing this right foot and then do your best to start to fold over the right leg so you feel that stretch in the back of the right leg, the hamstring and the calf on the right side. Rebend the leg just so you can get your hands down. We're going to go back to our down dog. Tuck the back toe, lift the knee, and just take a big step back to down dog so that we can do those poses on the other side. Lift the left leg up, step it between your hands, as many steps as it takes, or use your hand to scoot it up there, and then drop your back knee down for your low lunge. Untuck the back toes. Your left knee directly over the ankle. Start with your hands on the thigh. So you're sinking into this right hip flexor, the right psoas. You can keep the hands on the thigh or lift your arms up and gaze up towards the ceiling, just adding a little bit of a back bend. Good. Everyone, bring your hands to prayer position right at the center of your chest. Twist your right elbow outside the left leg, and then look at how I'm pushing into the hands to help me twist deeper, working the hands as close to the center of your chest as you can. Untwist, bring your hands to the floor or to blocks. Half split, straightening the left leg, flexing the foot, not sitting back on that right foot, and then folding over the left leg, bringing your nose towards your knee or shin, and noticing how the back of the left leg feels. Might be different from the first time. Now rebend the leg so you can get the hands to the floor and go back to down dog. So the next pose we're going to do, it's going to look similar, but it's a little bit different. So we're going back to the first side. Lift your right leg up. But this time, don't step your right foot between your hands. Step it outside your right hand. So your right foot's going to go all the way to the edge of the mat and then drop the back knee down. So it should be a wider lunge than what you had at the beginning. Okay, right toes, baby toes on the edge of the mat. Again, if your foot doesn't make it all the way up there, use your hand and scoot it up there, okay, so that your knee is over your ankle. All 5 toes should be pointing straight forward. This is called lizard pose. Hands on the inside of the foot. If you can get low enough, you want to try to get your elbows to the floor. Now, the hips may not allow that yet, right? If they're a little bit tight, you stay up on the hands, or if you have yoga blocks, you can put your elbows on the yoga blocks as well. So this one, you should feel it more in that right outer hip. You might still feel it a little bit in the hip flexor of the left leg, but more so in the outer hip. And this is one that we'll do a lot throughout the semester, so you'll see your progress, right? As we go throughout the semester and you keep coming back to this pose and your flexibility improves. So remember, today is just the first day. If your elbows don't reach the floor yet, that's okay. Just a couple more deep breaths here on this side. Then press up to your hands, go back to down dog, and we'll switch sides. So you always reset for a moment in your down dog. And the more you do down dog, the closer those heels are going to get to the mat. Lift your left leg up, step it outside your left hand, right at the edge of the mat, and drop the back knee down. Again, maybe use the hand to scoot it up there to make sure your left knee's over your ankle. All 5 left toes point straight forward. Then both hands, elbows, or blocks on the inside of your left foot, lizard pose, stretching into that left outer hip. Take a few more deep breaths on this side. Then press up to your hands. We're going to come into one last down dog, okay? Last down dog for today. So see if you can push your heels a little closer to the mat. Press your chest back a little bit more towards your thighs. Then step to the front and have a seat. Take your left leg now. So now we're going to be seated for a few stretches. Left leg out straight. Take the right foot, step it across. Okay, if it doesn't reach across, you could also just put it on the inside, but step it across if you can. Keep your left foot flexed. My left arm is either going to hug the right leg or try to hook my elbow to the outside of the thigh. My right hand comes behind me to help me sit up really tall. So it's a seated twist. You're pushing into the right hand, lengthening your spine, and then twisting, looking towards the back there. Now, as you untwist, we're going to keep the left leg exactly where it is. You're going to take your right foot, though, and move it next to the left inner thigh. So your legs should look like this, okay? If it bothers your knee to have it that far up the thigh, move it further down. Move it closer to the calf to loosen up the bend in the knee. Sit up really tall, lift your arms up, fold over your left leg. So again, if you can't reach the foot, here would be another time where you might put that strap or towel around your foot. Or if you don't have any props and you can't reach the foot, just grab the leg. Grab wherever you can reach. You're trying to bring your nose towards your knee or your shin as you fold over the left leg. Keep the left foot flexed. That's going to give you a better stretch in the back of the left leg. And then it's normal to also feel it in the lower back, maybe a little bit in the right hip. We're stretching a lot of different areas in this pose. Now slowly come up and we'll switch sides. So same 2 poses. First, right leg out straight. Step the left foot across if you can. If not, just put it flat on the floor on the inside of the leg. Otherwise, step it across. Your right arm hugs the knee or hook your elbow to the outside of the thigh. Left fingertips on the floor behind you. Sitting up tall and then twisting deeper. Now, as we untwist, keep the right leg straight. Take your left foot next to the inner thigh or move it closer to the calf if you need to. Right foot flexed. Sit up tall, reach the arms up, and then fold over the right leg. Whether that means grabbing the leg, grabbing the foot, or using a strap. Bringing your nose towards the right leg. And slowly come up. Bring the soles of both feet together, butterfly. Use your hands to pull those ankles in as close to as you can. Keep your hands on your ankles and then use your elbows to push the inner thighs down. And then you fold. And it's okay if your back rounds, right? Drop your head, relax your neck. You can choose to keep holding the ankles or just walk your hands forward and try to fold a little bit deeper. So either way, stretching into those inner thighs here. Walk your hands in. Now you might have to adjust at home depending on, how much space you have, because we're going to open our legs out in a V. So wiggle your legs as far apart as you can. Just make sure you have space so you don't hit anything. Flex your feet and then take your right hand and either grab your right leg or if you can reach, grab your right foot. Then take your left arm over your ear and look under your left armpit to the ceiling. So it's a side body stretch on the left. Now let's take it to the other side. Left hand grabs the left leg or foot. Reach your right arm up and over. Look under that armpit towards the ceiling, creating that side body stretch on the right. Now, as you come up, this next part where we fold, it's going to be very different for everybody. If you feel like you can't even sit up straight here, just put your hands on the floor behind you, your fingertips, to help you sit up really tall and straight. If you have a nice straight spine, maybe start to walk forward, right? Maybe just a couple inches, maybe a couple feet, right? Maybe eventually you go flat to the floor, but you just go as far as you can. One thing you want to watch out for is your feet, keeping them flexed and keeping those toes going up to the ceiling, not letting them roll in, right? Keeping the toes aiming straight up wherever you're at, and then you fold. This would be another time where if you don't quite reach the floor, but you have your block has 3 heights. Sometimes you can just put your forehead on the block, maybe the tall way, and that helps. If you don't have that, you just put your hands wherever you can go. Start to walk your hands in. We're going to do one more seated stretch before we lay down. So carefully guide your legs together. Maybe shake them out a little bit from that straddle splits. And then legs are together. Sit up tall, flex your feet, seated, forward fold. Another opportunity to use the strap if you can't reach your feet, or just grab your legs, whatever you can hold on to here as you fold. Keep your feet flexed, and on this one, your feet are glued together. And slowly come up. We're going to roll all the way down onto our backs now for the rest of class. For a lying down number 4 stretch first, cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Now, if your hips are pretty tight, you might just keep this left foot on the floor and use your right hand to kind of push your right leg away, and you can stay there. Or you can reach through, either grab your hamstring or try to get both hands on the shin here and then pull it in with the arm. So putting your head back down on the ground, and we're stretching into the right hip. So the right ankle that's across, that's the foot that's flexed. The left foot can be relaxed because that's not the side we're stretching. But we always want to flex the foot on the side we're stretching. It's going to give us a safer and deeper stretch. Switch sides. Now we cross the left ankle over the right thigh, maybe keeping the right foot on the floor and just using the left hand to push the leg away. Or reaching through, grabbing the hamstring, or maybe getting all the way to that shin. Flex your left foot, use the arms, pull the legs towards you. Should be feeling that now in the left hip. Okay, let's release. Now, if you have your yoga strap or towel, you can put it on your right foot. So now your left leg is straight on the floor, your right leg is up, and you can hold on and pull it in. If you don't have a strap, both hands, either to the hamstring, calf, or ankle, wherever you can reach while keeping the leg straight. So don't force yourself to grab the ankle if it causes your leg to bend, right? Go a little lower so that you can, just so you can straighten it, right? Just depends where you're at. The left leg that's on the floor, that one can be relaxed. The right foot, the side that we're stretching, flex that foot. Good. Switch sides for this last stretch. So right leg relaxes on the floor, left leg up. Flex the foot. Strap or towel around the foot, or grab your hamstring, calf, or your ankle, and then pull the leg towards you. Good. Now release that. Hug your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. Give yourself a big squeeze. From here, open your arms out to a T and place them on the floor. Drop both of your knees over to the left and turn your head and look towards the right hand for a gentle spinal twist. Let's take it the other way. Bring your knees through center. Drop your knees to the right side. Turn your head and look to the left side. Bring it back to center. Give both knees a squeeze again. Wrap your arms around your shins. Bring your forehead up to your knees. Give yourself a big hug. And we're going to let everything go and come into our Shavasana. Shavasana means final relaxation. We will do it at the end of every yoga practice. It's just a way to relax, to let your body absorb all the positive effects from your yoga practice. So open up your feet nice and wide, about as wide as your mat, and let them just kind of fall open and relax there. Arms relaxing alongside you with the palms facing up. Then take your shoulders, try to shrug them a little further down away from your ears to help keep your neck long. And close your eyes, clear away all of your thoughts. Take a nice deep inhale through your nose. And then this time, exhale all the air out the mouth. Letting it go, letting go of that ujjayi breath that we had earlier where we were breathing in and out through the nose. Now just normal, relaxed breathing, clearing away your thoughts and letting your muscles really relax deeper into the floor. Keeping your eyes closed, start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Bring some small movements back to your body. Maybe draw a few circles with your wrists and ankles, moving them in both directions. And then maybe gently moving your head a little bit side to side. any small movements that feel good to you. When you feel ready, reach your arms overhead, reach the legs long, create a nice full body stretch, getting as tall as you can. Hug both knees back into your chest, and this time roll over to one side of your body, coming into a fetal position. Keep your eyes closed. Use your hands to help press you all the way up to seated. Cross your legs and sit up nice and tall. Bring your hands together at heart center, prayer position. And just take a couple last deep breaths here. Scanning your body, noticing how it feels after your yoga practice today. Take one more nice deep inhale through your nose. Exhale all the air out the mouth, letting it go. Lift your hands to your forehead, your third eye center, and bow forward. And at the end of practice, we always say namaste.